Let's fight! Let's fight, guys! A very good evening to each and every one of you. Where you all do, you all there, you all at. Let's fight. Don't let the zombie bird keep you all back tonight. Let's fight, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's fight. Don't let the zombie bird keep you back tonight. Good to see each and every one of you, wherever you guys are joining us from around the world. Good to have you here. Pace and power, boots on the ground. We ain't backing down. We mean it. Good to have you guys here. Good to see each and every one of you. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Good to see Winston Kilkenny and Orlando Cook. Good to see Myrna Monroe. Great to see, is it Finita Prince and Tamiko, June Chase. Good to see you as well, guys. It's our privilege. It's our pleasure to have each and every one here with us. Good to see Ivan Lamy and Joylyn Cook, Afia Cummins and Chanel. Good to have you guys here with us. Barbara Waldron, guys. Pace and power. Boots on the ground. We're back and down. We're so happy that you guys are here. Howard Lewis and I see Clive John is here as well. I see Carol Hudson and Gavin Holder. Really, really happy that all of you guys are here. Pace and power. Welcome in the ring, guys. A lot to share with you. You know who's stopping by this evening? Khemraj, Ramjattan. And you all know when Khemraj comes by, he's unscripted and anything goes. We got a couple of things to quiz him about, guys, and we're looking forward to our time with him. Sukchan, Sudhari, good to see you, and Clive Johnson. Guys, you know pace and power. Share the damn live stream. Smash the emoji button, guys. You know you got to partner with us as well. What are you waiting on? Pace and power. Patricia Kissoon, good to see you there. Penelope, Shandel Moses, great to see you as well. And Clive Jackson, how are you doing? We can be talking with another Clive this evening, but great to see all of you. Beautiful, fantastic folks. We're fired up at our end. Share the damn live stream. Smash the emoji button. Partner with us, guys. We good to see you. Ivan Lamy and all you other guys. Nicola Best and Wilton Blue, good to see you. M.K. Blair. Denise London Welchman, good to see you as well. And Winston Kelly. And Singh, good to see you. Poor People Governor. How are you doing? Let me ring the bell for Poor People Governor. Welcome, sir. Respect and manners. Poor People Governor is a boss. Poor People Governor is a boss. Boots on the ground, guys. We're back it down, and we are so privileged again to have each and every one of you. Andrew Cuthbert, Pace and Power. Good to see you, Myrna Monroe. Good to see you, Carol Jacobs. Good to see you, Derek Smith. Good to see you, Eva Garnett, and Michelle Solomon is here as well. Robert King is here as well. You know we extra. We got through another little piece there. Clive Fraser, good to see you. John Raymond, George Bradford, great to see you as well. Susan London and Bob Annie, guys. We're so privileged that each and every one of you here with us. Trust you guys have had a good day. Well, Red Woman Alexis has showed up. I know who Red Woman is here. Gonna be problems tonight, guys. Audrey Cole, good to see you. Diane Fordyce, Dexter Gregory, good to see you. Gail Alcock. Gail, how are you doing? We are so glad. We are so grateful that you're here with us, Gail. Pace and power. Roxana Dessa, guys, we're fired up. Ready to go. We're going to have a go at it very, very early. Get the preliminaries out the way, guys, and we're going to get right down to it. You know what you got to do. Share the damn live stream, guys. And you know you got to smash that emoji button as well. What are you guys waiting for? Pace and power. Pace and power, guys. Pace and power. Boots is on the ground. We're backing down. That's what we tell you guys. Who gets snooze? Who gets next, guys? We are fired up at our end and we are ready to go. Tightening the handle of the bell there so we can do it with a strong fist, a strong wrist. Good to have you guys share the live stream. What are you folks waiting on? We have hundreds of you already, almost meeting the thousands. Joylyn Cook, good to see you. Andrew Cuthbert, Sheena Hazel, great to see you as well. Donna Liverpool, Cecile Weeks, Michael Reed, come on down. Michael, I see Dion, Ayana, Bibi, Sandy Ford is here as well. Roxanne Odessa is here. Wilton Henry, of course. Joylyn Cook, of course. I see Kim Walker, of course. Folks. Let me tell you all this. Social media used to be a decent place. It used to be a place we used to get along, but today, Social media was salty, like people didn't having it. People wasn't having it. I didn't know it was the blackout in Guyana. I don't know if it was the rain. I don't know if it was the economy, but I think it was the jumbie bird. I think it was the jumbie bird. My money's on that. The jumbie bird, I think it was the jumbie bird. The comments were salty on social media. People weren't having it. Share the damn live stream. Smash the emoji button. What do you folks waiting on? You know what you gotta do. Get right to it, guys. Melissa, good to see you. Amanda Daniel says, pace and power. Nadia, we see you as well. Keith Smith and Mary, we see you. Bob, Jarrett, Winston, good to see you as well. Anne-Marie Selby is in the house. Guys, we are happy you are here. We are so happy. We are so delighted. Pace and power. I like this style. I think I can wear it every day in the week. Pace and power, boots on the ground, we're backing down. Good to see each and every one of you wonderful folks like Volme Wilson. Yep. Good to see you. Nicoletta Campbell. Hi. we there. Veronica Primo Rollins. Good to see you. Veronica Primo Rollins. We there outside. GPL. We there. Boots on the ground. Devon Leach. Good to see you. Pace and power, boots on the ground. We're not backing down. Good to have you guys here with us. Guys, we're fired up, we're ready to go. You know what you gotta do. Share the damn live stream. Smash the emoji button, folks, and let's get right to it. We are fired up at our end, guys, and we are ready to go. Y'all don't come wrong with funny, people. Don't come wrong with funny. Please and thank you. Pace and power, don't come wrong with funny. That's what we're saying. Some of y'all haven't shared the live stream. What are you waiting on? What you folks waiting on? Pace and power, the fight card is set. We are ready to go. I wasn't ready for Big Auntie last night. I was not ready for Big Auntie. I can just tell you that. I'll just tell you that. I don't know how else to say it, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready at all for Big Auntie, folks. The fight card is ready. Where y'all there? Pace and power, guys. Boots on the ground, we're back in. Where y'all be? Where y'all at? Good to have you guys here with us. Let's see who we have. Shout out to Bob Annie. Shout out to Shirley Crichton. Shout out to Judith Ochoa. Shout out to Ramesh Puran. Shout out to Gavin Liverpool. Shout out to my boy Gavin Matthews as well. Shirley Headley, good to see you. Shirley Headley, rather. Edel Rodney, good to see you. Tanya Cummins, good to see you. Valetta Best, good to see you. Rosemary Cummins, good to see you. Asquith, good to see you as well, guys. Share the damn live stream. We can say now definitively, thousands of you have joined us. What are you waiting on? Boots on the ground, vigilance, militant. We out here repping. Good to have you, Henrietta Lancaster. Cherry Baskin Greenwich from Barbados. Good to see you, Cherry Kurt Heidekin, of course. Viola Duvoir. Good to see you. Good to see you, Viola Shandel. Marcy Wiles. Good to see you. It's been a while. Good to see you, Marcy Wiles. Good to see you, Onika Cortes Pearson Power. I gotta ring the bell for that. Pace and power. We ain't gonna tell it no trenchy. We ain't gonna tell it no trench crapo, no jagabat. No cricketer. No, not a bit of it. No tadpole, no cricketer. No scarecrow. No jumbie bird. Like a pace and power, guys. We're fired up. We trust you guys are as well. Share the damn live stream, guys. Smash that emoji. But you know what you gotta do? We are fired up. We are ready to go, and we hope you guys are as well, guys. We are. Where we picking up we broadcast from? We're international. My Lord, trying to get it just right. Yep, I think we're there. Just right, folks. Pace and power. Boots on the ground. Y'all know we're backing down. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Wherever you're joining us from this evening, around the world. Welcome in the ring. If you're joining us on Twitter, give me a tweet now. Give me a retweet. Please and thank you. Smash that emoji button on Twitter for us. You're joining me on Facebook. Y'all know Facebook got it locked. Facebook got it locked because the host of the fast people, like you and I, be fast, we admit it. Let's move on now. Those of you guys who are joining us on YouTube, our tubers, pace and power, boots on the ground, way backing down. We cannot do this without you. And also we peeps who are joining us on LinkedIn. And we're coming through the Instagram just now and to TikTok as well. We got to be talking. We're taking already, but we got to be talking as well. Good to have you folks here, wherever you're joining us from whatever social media channel you're joining us from. Folks, social media is salty today. Some of y'all ain't easy. I want to be your friend because that's how y'all stuck to your friend. I want to know y'all treat your enemies. My Lord, social media was salty today. The comments was lit. Something bothering y'all. Something bothering the soul of this nation. Somebody gone with the love that we had. Gypsy. Somebody thieving the soul of the nation. Somebody driving my country, but the comments is salty. Let's ring the bell for the comments today. Ring the bell for the comments. For the trench capos, the juggerbat, the cat code and the packeters. The skate code, the carrion code, the jumping birds, catfish. Yep, guys. Welcome in the ring. That's how we do it. We noisy, proud, and proud. Noisy and proud people. Where do we start from? We pick up our broadcast tonight from around the region. I want you and Uncle Sam playing. Uncle Sam playing. And Uncle Sam giving us every indication. He ain't playing. Right? The writing is on the wall. He's sending the top diplomats to the region and say, warning some of y'all. Some of y'all head of states. Some of y'all big businessmen are warning some of y'all. Uncle Sam saying that. You know the kind of skullduggery some of you guys are in. How y'all stink. Wicked, stink and dirty. Your activities leaves much to be desired. And I want y'all, Uncle Sam, don't forget, watching all of us, Ibn Lamy, Kwanamingo, Bobani, Vesta, Charles, Crichton, Shirley, Claire Capel, watching us, Divine Smith. Good to see each and everyone. But y'all look what happening here now. Tell me, Uncle Sam watching. Uncle Sam watching. Right, and one day coming. I want y'all look what happening now. In the British Virgin Islands, taken. Ring the bell. Andrew Fahey. Folks, the Premier of the British Virgin Islands was intercepted in the US today. He was taken. I tell you, Uncle Simon playing. You can play, but Big Uncle not playing. Right? He was arrested on an airport today. This is the Premier of the British Virgin Islands, Andrew Fahey. The report says he was detained in Miami, in the United States. He was detained by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency on charges related to conspiracy to import a controlled substance and money laundering. Yep, conspiracy to import a controlled substance and money laundering. So everybody's gone. With Andrew Fahey, you think Uncle Sam is a warning shots issuing all the time. I hope some of you are listening. I hope we're taking notes. Warning shots issuing all the time. So they're gone with Andrew Fahey, Premier of the BVI, the British Virgin Islands. And shout out to all our folks who are joining us from BVI this evening. Well, it's a beautiful place. Beautiful place. Beautiful money laundering though. And beautiful importing a controlled substance as well. So they're going with Andrew. They're going with Andrew. They're watching some of y'all. I want y'all to know that. Same set, y'all know yourself. Y'all know, same set. You know you don't sleep comfortable when the night comes. You are indeed wicked, stink, and dirty. And we're going to be following these guys and giving you an update as that becomes available to us. Morning Fight Card, spotted! How much of y'all watch Netflix? Netflix will send me a check at the end of the month. How much of y'all watch Bridgerton? I got some Bridgerton fans here tonight. Do we have some? Well, look who we spot. This young lady, is from Bridgerton. We spot her in the region. She ain't come down here yet. She ain't come down by BG. She ain't come young yet. But look where we spot her, folks. She was spotted in Turks and Caicos. Vacationing in Turks and Caicos. Phoebe. Denver. Phoebe Denver. She's one of the main stars in Bridgerton, if you folks know that salacious show on Netflix, spotted in Turks and Caicos. She was having a fantastic time vacationing there in Turks and Caicos. But you always mind everybody business. Bring it right to you. Everybody business with mine. And if we unspotted, we gotta be on photo today. Since it's close, bye. Since we unspotted, guys, we might as well be on photo of the day. Guess it right. I seen it before. Guessed it right. That being said, photo of the day. Vacationing as well. Your girl Aria. Your girl Aria. Vacationing. Aria and others. Who shall not be named. I can blow the whistle. Y'all call the name. And others who shall not be named. Aria are vacationing as well. You know, vacation. I like Aria. I can't lie. Interpret however you want. I like Aria. Notice I could have easily bring Aria under the trench capo, the Jagabat news segment. But I like Aria. Spotted. Photo today. Aria vacationing as well. Vacationing as well. Y'all try it up. Y'all try it. Y'all high castle living. Y'all go on vacation. Call me when it's over. Y'all try with the sugar. Says y'all opening. Call me when the people settle in. Y'all try with all them bankrupt places that y'all got. Right? Call me when y'all fix it. Yep. Photo of the day, folks. Photo of the day. That being said, guys, we are moving on to the fight card. Pace and power. We got our guests already in studio for information. Just in case you did not know. Just in case you did not know, folks. Here's what's happening. Smart Classroom, the first of its kind in Region 3. The first of its kind, guys, in Region 3. And I'm telling you all, Smart Classroom, right? A television on the wall loves a small smart classroom, right? And I told you it was unveiled today, and the folks on social media, something about today, with a little salt, you think it's the bird. I think it's the jumpy bird, something. And so we saw this comment. Is there regular power supply to ensure no disruptions during critical stages in the math lesson? Just asking for a friend. Leighton Charles, here's his comment on social media. Some of y'all know y'all able. Some of y'all know y'all able. But I think Leighton Charles is right. Because if we push in Smart Classroom, we must get a very good source of power. Because how things going of recent, the classroom wasn't used too often. Mavis Davis, well, Paulette McDonald, you all sharing the damn live stream. You all smashing the emoji button. How power supply going these days? This classroom might use a lot. It just may not use a lot. Moving on to fight card, folks. Pace and power. Y'all know what's that? Besides the cost of living, besides guys who could opening back, besides pensioners in trouble, besides NIS in trouble, besides the high bridge toll for the Berbice Bridge, besides crime, besides blackout, y'all know what's that? Some of y'all ain't hearing. We tell y'all slow down on the road all the time, slow down, but y'all ain't hearing. This accident, folks, was at Eiffel today. And believe it or not, a witness to the accident and somebody who stopped to help sent us some information, and we just want to give you guys a better context because it was very, very insightful to us when we got this bit of information, which put this accident at Eiffel into context for us. The person said, I am a medical professional. And I was on my way to work when I saw this accident, which occurred at Eiffel. Well, I tune in now, right? Seeing a Lenora GTI student being rescued through a window and was coughing up blood, I parked my vehicle and tried to see how I could get persons to the hospital. Yep. I say respect and manners to the other drivers who assisted in transporting the occupants from the bus to the hospital. The government is saying they're upgrading the Lenora Hospital. Will that be the reason for the emergency department at Lenora Cottage Hospital not being prepared for emergencies? There's somebody who stopped to help. Found out that today. Lenora Hospital not prepared for emergency. The person went on to tell us there were many persons who suffered both bones being broken, both bones being fractured, right, to their legs, and not one splint was available. Not one splint was available to mobilize the leg. One guy was suspected of having spinal injury. And this person who witnessed the accident and stopped to help as well said no cervical collar was available. The Cuban doctor had to quickly grab a piece of cardboard and gauze and improvise a collar for the injured person's neck. And finally, folks, this person who we shout to says respect and manners to the doctors. This is their language, respect and manners to that doctor. Right? Family began to take matters into their own hands and began transferring their patients to the West Dem Hospital in private vehicles. Eventually, the ambulance came. This is the person's actual words. Eventually, the ambulance came with no pace, neither power. One of the guys I took to the hospital was transferred to another hospital in a minibus. Was transferred in a minibus, folks. In a minibus on the hospital stretcher. We got billions of dollars in oil and gas revenue, in oil revenues. And this is the state of the healthcare system in 2022. That was somebody who was on the scene. Moving on, folks. Y'all got to slow down. Arrival like Jaggerbats and Trench Crappos. You all know them. Jaggerbats, GPL. Let me start with them. Blackout. Most of the morning, hours upon hours today, thanks to those Jaggerbats and Trench Crappos who are in the leadership there, the management, I can't even call it leadership, right? And they do management of the service with what's happening there with GPL. In the leadership, I ain't talking about the hard-working, low-level staff. The leadership, blackout upon blackout. We were turning the corner on blackouts. We were turning the corner, but y'all didn't want to get the other people some time. Y'all didn't want to get Granger some time. Now look, yesterday, almost whole day blackout. Today, hours upon hours. So the Trench Crappos and Jaggerbats down there at GPL. Moving on to the fight card, folks. Right? I tell you, Facebook was salty today. Well, CS Khemraj wasn't having it. CS Khemraj had some comments for GPL. CS, yes, the friend, the boy. PPPI, CS Khemraj. PPP to the bone, CS Khemraj. He said Thursday cancel. Rain plus blackout. This is CS Khemraj comment from social media. He said this confunction nonsense can lead one to violence. I agree with him. First time I think in my life I agree with CS. This confunction nonsense, Khemraj, he said can lead one to violence. And then he inserted an edit. He said this is very disruptive. Quote unquote disruptive. Right? This is shade throwing away. This is not a tree, this is a whole forest. Says tree. This is very disruptive. And then look what Big Uncle said. One Fazal Gafur. I tell you all, social media is salty today. Here what Gafur said. Pool service and gross insufficiency are crystal clear all across Guyana. All across Guyana. Gross inefficiency, poor service, crystal clear. He said GPL, traffic light, cameras. Guyana cannot go too far with the current pool of people that make up our workforce. Right? The average IQ is lower than that of a squash bug. Folks, I tell you all, today's social media is salty. Right? Says Khemraj said this confunction nonsense can lead one to violence. Y'all know what he mean. Y'all know the code. He said this is very disruptive. Social media is salty today, and it gets worse. I warn y'all, it gets worse. So that was Says Khemraj on the blackout today. Compliments of GPL. Right? Moving on to fight card, folks. Well, look story here now. I tell you, I look story. Imagine them boys build Fancy Road. Right? We started that project. I should say the previous administration started that project there. Them boys come and they're claiming, victory, they're claiming success. Right? But that project was initiated by the previous administration. But that being said, Fancy Road, but the road that leads out to the East Bank, pothole. But the road open already. Fancy Road open that leads into this. So they've been hearing enough complaints. And they're saying now that the Eccles Dumpside Road will be upgraded as fast as possible This is Mr. Disruptive talking. Mr. Disruptive, Agile, Fisher Bishop. Mr. Disruptive, why you don't sit down? Why you don't sit down? Well, I tell you all, social media is salty today. Look some of the comments under this post. Look the comments under the Dumpsite Road post. Ajay Bash, leading the gang. Ajay Bash says, this is not a road, this is a trail. And then one Bernadette Duncan, y'all know y'all able. Bernadette said this is an abortion road. I tell y'all, social media was salty today. Bernadette said this is an abortion road. Right? But Desmond Johnny had it. Desmond said, y'all hurry up. Hurry up. Up to this morning, I was driving along there and Hart Magodi, who is responsible for my pain? Who is responsible for my pain? That's Desmond Johnny. I'm telling you on social media today. I know it was the blackout. I know it was the rain. I know it was the Jumbie bird. But social media is salty. That's why y'all know. Today, folks, social media was very, very salty. Moving on, we fight cat. Catfish. Catfish in London. Arian vacation. What a beautiful life. Keeping up with the alleys. Right? But you all know when the Eiffel talk how it's very riveting. You all know Eiffel is our own Barack Obama soaring oratory. But everybody can keep up. Everybody can keep up with the energetic Eiffel Alley at all. And one such person, it was a big meeting by the consulate there in London. Right? The High Commission in London. There was a big meeting there. And who else? You all know Clive Lloyd has always been a man of fortitude. But Clive Lloyd couldn't keep up. So Clive Lloyd went to sleep very early. I want y'all know, Clive Lloyd don't play with his sleeping time. If y'all want me, y'all got to enjoy my sleep. I don't know what Ali was talking about, probably one Guyana, and Clive Lloyd said, well, I can take a nap now. And Clive Lloyd, we told, went fast to sleep on this very energetic, of course, this very energetic public engagement that Ali had there in London, folks. Moving on to the fight card, moving on. I tell you, social media is salty today. I know it's what to do then. What about this water? Is it blackout? Is it rain? Is it jumping ball? What it was? But look a comment on this post saying, look this comment. Jacqueline Argyle, you know you're able. Jacqueline, you know you're able, girl. Jacqueline asks, is what going on? Sandy put out better looking dads than those two. You know, yeah, guys, these people, the greatest people in the world, greatest, Sandy put out better dads than those two. The comments are lit today on social media. Y'all salty, I tell you, y'all salty. Patricia Kissoon says that Clive Lloyd get old. But moving on, those were the events, some of the events during the course of the day. Y'all know y'all able. Well, y'all boy. Y'all boy, now me on, y'all boy. He said NIS bankrupt. That's what he said. He said he ain't paying nothing more. Right? And this is, we picking up this report out of Big Uncle Gordon Mosley. He said bankrupt NIS cannot increase pension benefits at this time. And that's one of the things, that is one of the things we're going to be talking to Khemraj about this evening. Bankrupt NIS cannot increase pension benefits at this time. And of course, as I said, we picked up this from Big Uncle Gordon. Cannot pay pension benefit at this time. And y'all remember, in February's budget, they promised an increase to pensioners. And lots of them have been reaching out to us, and they have been saying what happened was supposed to be paid since last month, and they were hoping it was going to be retroactive when it was announced, but now we're just hearing it's from March coming down, but still, we're almost at the end of April, and they're telling us they have not been paid. So we want some clarity on that, and we're going to be touching base with Khemraj in just a little bit on that. But look what else is happening, folks. People are telling us, Khemraj, viewers around the world, that at a lot of these outreaches, you know, they had 1 region, 2 region, 10 region, 5 region, 6, thus far, at a lot of these outreaches, people are complaining a lot about PPP leaders in the various regions and also in central government. And this was actually a letter, Khemraj, in the newspaper today in Kaito News. Look at what one letter writer said. Will the PPP ever penalize their party comrades? Last week, the president visited Region 6, and there were numerous complaints. Many of these related to persons who are PPP comrades now occupying key positions, Khemraj. They say in East Kanji, there were many complaints against an NDC official. This is not the first time those complaints are made. This person has always come across as arrogant and vindictive towards person they don't like. This same individual occupies many other positions in the region and professes to be a powerhouse in the region. Many times the person behaves like after President Ali, she is next. You got a clue? She is next. She's next in command. Why is she given so many positions and control, Khemraj? The people want to know. The PPP in 2011 and 2015 lost support due to the arrogance of its local leaders. This has returned, says the letter writer, but the party doesn't seem interested in the citizens' views. These aren't our views, citizen views. And this was in Kaito News in the letter columns just today. I'm telling you, people are speaking up. Complaint after complaint. And we featured some of that last evening. When Papa Jagabak dig a hollow in Ejel, we featured some of that last evening. Well, you know, so nice was that hollow. We got to do it twice. Take a listen, take a look. Here comes the hollow.
The only sector leaving this
Here it comes. Jimmy Boy, stop it.
The only sector leaving this country to upgrade. And when I was the chairman in 2007, I was appointed by the head of the secretariat to represent Guyana to formulate the CARICOM Fisherfolk organization with all Caribbean country in Grenada. But prior that, when I came back, when...
All right, Jill, not now. Please have a seat. You're just disrupting. Yeah.
Yep. Jill, sit down. Tell me about road and quickly as possible, sit down. You're very disruptive, that's why you know. But we thought that was the high point for the meeting. But y'all didn't tell me that a big auntie there. Khemraj, you didn't tell me. Big auntie was the star of the meeting. You know, Khemraj, we got over 4,000 persons watching us now live, right now. Over 4,000 persons. But people tell me the shares looking 10. That's what they tell me. The shares looking 10. And we wondering if it's Nicole and Danielle responsible. Is Junior Gibbs responsible? Is Delan Scott responsible? Is Chandel Moses? Is Alison Bennett? Is Andrea English? Is who responsible? Is it Jamie Bird? They say the shares looking 10. Come on, people, share the damn live stream. Smash the emoji button. You know you got part of it, we too. We tell you all, nothing prepared us for Big Auntie. We there. We thought that Edgel getting hell upon. That was the biggest thing. No. Big Auntie went in the lineup. Big Auntie went in the lineup. And Big Auntie was complaining about the official. Your call name, we go whistle. Over to you, Big Auntie.
Hi, born and all, we make representation to that land, and we never just set up. We have to say it's a hero you put here. It's a priceless force you put here at swimming to work fair. But you see, Nandel is a wicked man. I could tell him, brother, he is a wicked man. He only needs money. The poor people need money, right? He knows about our issues 10 years before this. 10 years, I registered my farm like 10 years ago. Ask them what they get for that land. And you ask them what they get. These people have no shame.
They have no shame. Nandel is a wicked man. Big Auntie said he's a wicked man. Y'all prepare we for Big Auntie. When Big Auntie come to y'all guys say, Duncan, sit down, strapping yourself. Big Auntie.
Hi, born and all, we make representation to that land, and we never just set up. We have to say it's a hero you put here. It's a priceless force you put here at swimming to work fair. But you see, Nandel is a wicked man. I could tell him, brother, he is a wicked man. He only needs money. The poor people need money, right? He knows about our issues 10 years before this. 10 years, I registered my farm like 10 years ago. Ask them what they get for that land. And you ask them what them did. These people have no shame.
What strikes me is that nobody was surprised. Nobody was stunned, like it is a common fact, accepted that Nandel is a wicked man. And we got to do something about that. Something must be done about it. Moving on, if I care very quickly. That issue, national importance. Justice today, folks. Justice for a matter that has been pending since 2013. Since 2013, folks, this matter has been pending, and it has national implications. The Inter-American Commission on Human Rights, people, the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights handed down a monumental judgment, and we can ask Khemraj about this too. A landmark ruling. It recommended that the government of Guyana, it was the PVP in 2030, is them again, and they seem not to like the indigenous people at all. Right? It handed down this ruling and recommended that the government adopt the necessary measures to ensure that Region 7 Amerindian village of Iseneru, I hope I get the pronunciation right, Khemraj can help me out there, and its members receive full reparations for the material and immaterial damages they suffered on account of the violation of their human rights. And you all hear us talk recently about places like Kalkuni, and other indigenous villages that they just throw by the wayside. We can ask Khemraj about the importance of that. Moving on quickly, folks. Y'all know the trying with me boy. Winston again. Former Minister of Finance. And how we wish Winston were there again to take us out of these doldrums. Out of the doldrums. We didn't only right sizing Kaisuko. We did right sizing the economy as well. Y'all remember cocaine shipments and those things were things of the past? Much like blackout? Oh, the good old days, folks. The good old days. That being said, I want to invite my guest this evening, Mr. Khemraj Ramjattan, the one and only. Sir, a very good evening to you. Welcome.
Thanks very much, Sharon. You really battling hard in the ring today. I don't know where you find all that energy from, but in these
pace and power, sir. Pace and power.
You do it very well.
We're happy to have you here, sir.
There are lots of issues to talk about, and
yes,
you mentioned two very important. One is that decision of the Inter-American Court of Human Rights, and also the NIS matter, in which Jadeo is trying to fool people like he always does. Deceptive.
So let us start with the International Court on that issue, and what is at stake there, because again, as we said, this is pertaining to this Amerindian village and how their human rights were trampled upon. This is 2013 under the PPP. And it seems that they've come back with all of those tendencies and proclivity, because we've been following what has been happening in the settlements in Region 10 and in other places.
That's correct. And this thing has a long history. I think it started since 2008 when there was a High Court action brought by the Iseneru. That's the correct pronunciation. It's a part of the area where the Akawayos live, which is an important tribe of Amerindians in our hinterland. And they made serious allegations that, mining rights are affecting them. And then they went to court, and then the court ruled in a certain way against them. And after losing the two cases, and feeling still that the complaint had merit, they carried it to the Inter-American Development Court of Human Rights. We have signed on as a signatory to that court, and our citizens of this country can carry our country, the state of Guyana, to that court as regards human rights violations. And after going through the local, as you have to do, you have to exhaust all your local court system before you go to that court. So if you don't find justice in your system, your sovereign country, you can then go to the Inter-American Court of Human Rights. And that is what they did. And they made allegations of their members not having deprivation of their property. I think equality before the law. Their trials in Guyana were not fair. And a lot of other issues, their well-being and health and so on, and their culture being affected. Now, the Inter-American Convention on Rights, Human Rights, include all of these things which they allege that were violated. And in our Constitution, we do have a provision, I think it's Article 39, whereby our courts got to respect also all these international conventions. So the people had, whatever was the status of their case after they finish off in Ghana, they decided that there's still injustice being done, and they carried it to the court in the Inter-American body, and they won. They won because recommendations were made. First of all, findings that there were violations. And secondly, the people recommended that the government must ensure that their well-being are in order. They also made certain recommendations that this injustice must be remedied. And they are asking government. Now, that decision came out, I think, late last year, December last year. But typical of the government, them fellas in this government, they didn't want to bring this thing out publicly. To tell
These
the
same people,
yeah.
Government of transparency and accountability, same people, Khemraj.
Yes. And so I think that it was an outrageous, shameless act to hide it, and not to present to the Guyanese public either via the Attorney General's chambers or the Foreign Affairs, because Foreign Affairs had to be the liaison with the Inter-American Court.
As a matter of fact, Khemraj, the report out of Starbuck News on this issue says that a letter was sent to you, Chad, on this issue.
That's correct. And that was sent since, I understand, December 2021.
Yeah.
And we are now, how much? 4 months into
Yeah.
it. And it's only because of some inside information
Correct.
that Stabrook got, that Stabrook wrote this story. Otherwise, up to now, we would not have known.
What a government of transparency.
Well, that is a laughable thing. I mean, they fool people all the time, either by their non-transparency or by their utter lies. We're going to come to the lies about the NIS just now. But you know what is important in this case is that since we are a signatory to that international convention, and we also signed on to that human rights court that they have, although the courts do not have the power to sanction the government if they do not remedy the situation for the Akawayos there, I hope that they understand that, they have an obligation, a moral obligation to ensure that whatever the courts recommended, that court recommended, that they implement. They must do that. Otherwise, again, they will be violating an international court.
Yeah.
I remember one very first case that they had was some people had asked not to be hanged. And they went to the United Nations Human Rights Court. And of course, they won the case, and their death sentences were supposed to be commuted. And the immediate thing that Clement Rohi had done at that time was to then come out of that United Nations Human Rights Court system. It come out, the government of the day came out of it. So they said, I'm going to listen to no international United Nations Human Rights Court. And so I don't think they ever went on to hang the people, because they adhered to the commutation sentence recommendation made. But, this is their style. When anybody rule against them or have some findings against them, they come out of it, just like how they come out of that IRI poll.
Well, I was coming there. I was going to say that, they might say this ruling has no integrity, according to Gail on the IRI matter.
Yeah,
has no integrity.
To go to the Ministry of Health. Probably those judges got to go to the Ministry of Health to get permission first, And so it is an extremely important landmark decision again as to how this government is going to approach the issue as to human rights again, once again. If they do not, it will show what they are and it will show up their colors. And of course, we are going to get lowered rung in perception of corruption. We're going to get lower rung in the State Department report and a whole host of things that can make Guyana a pariah state like it was made in the 2011-2010 period and even earlier. So that is an important decision. And I want to see how they're going to respond now that the article was brought out by Stabroek News. It was Stabroek News, right? Yes, Stabroek
Yes.
News. So it is important then that we also in Parliament, our shadow and foreign affairs, also deal with this issue as to how they're going to implement the recommendations to ensure that the Amerindians in the Akawayo village there of Isenaru should be dealt with.
Yeah, and finally on this matter, Khemraj, much like, let's say, the folks in Region 10, PPP said they love Region 10, they love people, but how come the love hurts so bad? We've been following, as I said, some of the infractions the administration is committing on our indigenous brothers and sisters in places like Wiki Kalkuli, Hururu, Little Kanubali in Santa Cruz, and other places. Just this week, you had a whole slew of Tushos who wrote saying that the LCDS, Khemraj, infringing on their rights. There have been no consultation. In that letter, our indigenous brothers and sisters also said the government is delaying the election of the National Tushao Council. How do people look like this?
It's arrogance, and it is a bad governance on their part. I was amazed to hear that although we have a constitutional prescription that there must be consultation with stakeholders, and it's a big article. It was decided on by our famous Chancellor Keith Messiah and Charlie Fongafat and Harper, I think, were the Court of Appeal judges. And they said that for stakeholders, you have to consult. You must consult under that, I think it was Article 13 or Article 11 of the Constitution. And they're violating it. The Attorney General has been heard stating that the consultation principle is not mandatory.
It's aspirational.
Aspirational. Well, it was not held so in a very famous case called Ali and the Attorney General, which was kind of a continuation from the Timals case. And I was in court in that Ali's case, and the very famous arguments made by Ashton Chase, senior counsel. Well, he wasn't senior counsel then, I don't think, and Shahabuddin rebutting him. But it was a very, very famous decision. And when I went to England, I remember the Commonwealth editor of the Commonwealth Law reports indicating that that was the best decision that came out. I think it was 2000 and I can't recall when it came out, but that Court of Appeal decision. And he said it was so spectacularly written, so magnificent with its logic and the jurisprudence that came out of it, that he rated it as number one for that year out of the Commonwealth, that decision of Keith Messiah, Chancellor.
Yeah.
Now you have an Attorney General, my good friend Anil Nandel, senior counsel, stating that the thing is merely aspirational. That's nonsense.
Yeah. And they're not obliged to consult with anybody. Wow, interesting.
But when you have that as the mindset, when you have that kind of attitude as your underlying principle of governance, you're going to take your eyes and pass the Akawayos like you did in 2008, right up to now, and you're going to take your eyes and pass all them people in Region 10. Yeah. And you're going to take your eyes and pass all of them at up Region 6 inside of that Quarantine River and so on. And that is what is going to happen. It's going to happen with all the areas of Amerindian life.
Yeah.
And I am hoping that these people are going to learn. One is hoping that the PPP will learn. But, I find that the thing is just deep set. If you're treating your own PPP supporters that put you there, the way that they're treating like that big auntie, and treating so many other people, what you think they really care is they fool people.
These Nandelals, Khemraj, these Nandelals got a reputation.
Big time, big time. And so I am glad because look, they're not going to these outreaches because of a love to be in contact with their people.
But it's why
the network is telling them, and I know of it because I know plenty of people in that network who also tells me information, gives me information.
What are you hearing?
BYO buy and then PPP buys and organizes and so on. All of them know me, and they're telling me that right now on the ground, the people are so distressed. The people are so anxious with what the PPP is doing now that soon they might just disassociate from the PPP. And because that network that the PPP has, it's a well-oiled political machinery called this PPP, this political party. And so they quickly gone and they beg Jack, you better come down here before I get blasted. So they're gone now, and they're gone with a whole battalion of them. You see Dharam Kumar, you see Zulfikar, you see a whole set car and van, a load of them gone up there. And so they are in serious, serious trouble.
Yeah.
But you would never get that from the regular newspapers as if that is happening. And the chatterati that they have on the social media, they will still be talking about oil contract and this and that we signed to.
And SOPs.
Elections and that kind of
Don't
thing.
forget that.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this is what is happening to them right now.
Khemraj, right now we got over 500 persons watching us. And we want folks to get valid and credible information. And that's why we're encouraging them to share the damn live stream. Smash that emoji button, folks. And you got to partner with us. We can do better programs than this. But folks, Khemraj, you mentioned that word earlier on, spectacular. One of the spectacular headlines today, if not the most spectacular headlines today, and perhaps the rest of the month or perhaps the rest of the weeks ahead of us, is that NIS is on the verge of bankruptcy. Is y'all spending all this money, Khemraj? What happened here? Make it right. Talk to us.
Let me tell you something. This story started just like that International American Court Human Rights thing started. It was in the PPP. NIS was monies that the what you call the savings fund was badly invested. Remember, in the NIS, we had lots of money in the NIS during that bridge making time. And
This is the Berbice Bridge.
Yeah, the Berbice River Bridge. They took a whole set of money, almost, I think it's about $800 million or whatever it was. Or, no, sorry, $3 billion. First 2.2 billion and then 800 more million. And they put it inside to build that bridge. And they had a friend and family called New GPC.
You always talk about the F's, Khemraj, always.
Yes, and that is how this country going to end up being effed up. Because of these favorites, family, and friends. And they then, although the majority of the money, almost 90% of the money, came from NIS to fund the making of the bridge, 5% only came from this New GPC and the Hand in Hand Trust. Winston Brassington brother was running Hand in Hand at that time. And what is my name? From New GPC. Ramroop.
Bobby.
They got 50%, what you call, although putting in only 5% of the share money, the investment, 5% they put in, they own the company by 50%.
That's grassmatics.
Oh, yes, yes. The thing was shameless. I think this guy, Dr. Clive Thomas, had indicated in 2015 after he managed to get hold of the contract, because remember, they never tell the public from the time that they enter this contract with Hand in Hand and New GPC and the government, they never put out that contract. It's for commercial reasons. There's privacy and confidentiality clause. But then we got to know about it in 2015. And you know how much on the investments they were receiving? On their 5% money that they put. So it's like an investment of $100. They put 5%. NIS put 90%. And the other 5% come from some other places. And they were getting 23% returns on their 5%.
Wow.
23% returns on their investment of only 5% of that project. And that is why Clive Thomas called it outrageous and criminal.
Yeah.
You know, because, and that is how they structure the operations. Jack Day was the one that did that.
The same man, the architect of Skeldon, the same fella?
Yeah, that's the fella.
Wow.
That's the fella.
Same fella who promised an airport and stadium and so on in Region 6, same fella?
That's my boy. That's my boy. Yes. So, and you know, the shamelessness of it is now to say, as he has done, that it is the coalition government that has bankrupted this NIS money. The 7,000 workers that we knock off, they don't pay NIS. But he's not talking about $3 billion. If it was better invested, we would have been getting a rate of return just like his friend and family them of 23%. Why he didn't do that? You know, but he gave, man, put 5% shares into the thing, getting 50% ownership of the company, and then 23% returns. What kind of economics is that?
But let's talk about that, Khemraj. Let's talk about that because, you know, a lot of folks in various parts of this country say, this is a bright boy. Yeah. This is a Queen's boy. Right? This is a economist par excellence, extraordinaire. Right? But then you got a fellow like Alan Goulsarant, who published a list of recent. He said these are the big failing projects that governments have taken on over time in this country. And all of them, interestingly, belong to the PPP and we ain't called NIS in there yet. He talk about the fiber optic cable, he talk about Skeldon modernization, he talk about some other thing. That's big failing projects. Now, if
you heard Politics 101 the other day with Anand Gulsarant, he also reminded me about some other projects. The milk scam, the stone scam. One set of scams that the PPP had in the earlier period when Jack Day was just taken on what you call the finance, senior finance, and knock off what a fella the name Asghar. So it is a trail of
scams.
Yes, a trail of scams and a trail of so many bad economic policies that he has had. And you know, when one would have thought again that he would have gone and passed through, the man is a big thing. The man is literally the president. And now he gone and said it is the coalition government knock off the bottom from the NIS. It is a deception. But you know what? So many people are now coming around to understanding the deception that he's involved in. Why are you going to say that the 5,000 workers, we have been paying $1 billion to the sugar workers for 36 months, $36 billion. We got to take out to the treasury. You don't want us to right size, knowing that sugar ain't got a future. And you know today,
and came back and did the same
thing that sugar ain't got a future. They gone and take the Enmore plant. We don't know where they put them yet. They ain't do nothing at Kanji. No, nothing is happening. And I understand Eiffel broke down. They will come to realize that we were so correct. And a lot of the Guyanese sugar workers now are realizing that we were so correct. And that's why...
Like you know, the people said people got black tongue, like you got black tongue because you said these people, your phrase is banyan trees.
That is what they are.
Nothing goes under them.
But you know, the clumsiness with which they then make pie in the sky schemes. Like we're gonna get gas to Shore Bridge, and that's gonna happen soon. And we're gonna get this, and we're gonna get that.
Deep water happen, sir.
And they can't get GPL right. They can't get the drainage system of the city. They can't get a drainage system even of quarantine. I understand there are floods all over the place because some Cocoman and open thing. But there's more than Cocoman. It's a lot of the trenches are not being cleaned up.
Yep. And contracts going to the Fs, as you said. They have filled up the whole thing. Friends, family, and favorites getting the contract because we were farmers. We've showed on this program in their own word. Saying if the contract had gone to the proper people, the fit and proper people, the place would have been much better off. The drainage and irrigation.
Man, look, me ain't got to tell you about that. What David Patterson did for the city, quite frankly, it didn't flood back up right during the 5-year period. Now we see some floods happening all over the place too because the NDI with Noel Holder there and getting the NDIA doing a lot of work all across the country's coast and so on. You know, we had a far superior infrastructural program, and it was far superior than what we're seeing now by the PPP, and far superior than what they had. And that is why now the people themselves are seeing it for themselves, and they're calling them, you better come down here, otherwise I'll be done with all you. And they're running there, they're going to charity, I hear they're arranging all over the place. And that is what has gotten them running. We simply, in programs like these, Sherrod, would have to recall all that they did badly and the continuation of their arrogance and corruption. It is corruption. Remember in 2015, after doing this kind of contract with the Bridge Authority, giving them 50% ownership for 5% shares and 23% on their investments. In 2015, when we win the elections, you know what they immediately asked for? Ramrup and all of that, even the PPP government supported it.
Yes.
We had to extend the concession agreement, or we had to raise the tolls so that they could make their money. What bull.
Yeah.
That is why we then decided, hold on a minute, for you people in Region 5 and Region 6, we will not allow the Berbice Bridge, River Bridge Authority to ever increase. And as a matter of fact, when we came into government, we decreased car tolls from $2,200 to $1,900. And then we also put a 10% reduction of all vehicles tolls, all other vehicle tolls. That is what we did.
Good old days.
UPP and the Bridge Authority, owned by Hand in Hand and that new GPC, they were saying we got to jack up the thing. And we make sure that we did not do the jacking up and so on. And we then, although, you know what we did too, to show our love for Region 5 and Region 6, is that when we said we're going to reduce these tolls, we were taking a government subsidy to give the Bridge Authority. So although we reduce it, we took the money out of the treasury to pay them, that authority. But, you know, even Clive Thomas and Winston Jordan and all of them was very critical. And they're saying that, you know, this was asking government now to use compensatory monies from government funds to pay the PPP and its supporters and friends and family for this faulty investment model. It was a bad investment model. But there it is that you have. They gone and said, well, they're going to close down the bridge. Well, David Patterson then came in, like the John Wayne, you know, and said, well, you can't close it down. And then he signed up an order. That is what we did for people in Region 5 and Region 6.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't remember that.
Yeah.
And now that the PPP is back in government, well, let them try raise the tolls for the friend Ramrup. No, let them try. But when we were in government, this is how the people were behaving. They can't even reduce the tolls at the Berbice Bridge for the Berbicians.
Interesting.
But they're going to go there and they're going to lie to them, talk stupidness about the sugar industry, talk stupidness about the NIS and all of that. So I want people to understand that this government, the PPP, is no good for them.
That's what I was coming to. Finally, Khemraj, you know, you got a lot of big uncles and big aunties, you know, looking to NIS to help them. The cost of living, you know where it's at, it's sky high. Looking to NIS was hopeful to get something extra. Now this news, what do you say to them as we wrap up this evening?
I am saying to them that we got to take some of that natural resource fund monies and put it as a subvention to help NIS. I am now collecting NIS. I'm 60 and over. And I must tell you that I really thought that my NIS would be lots more in view of the calculations based on the increases and so on that had occurred. But they can't increase nothing. And so to a certain extent, you're very disappointed. Mm-hmm. I am hoping and praying that the thing don't get bankrupt so that what I am now collecting will not go away and vanish.
Yeah.
But
a lot of folks are just like you. They're hopeful.
Yeah. And so they don't expect any increases under this government. What they might want to know, because the pressure is coming on them all across this country, the pressure coming on them. And so in relation to that wage increase that you talk with, that we've set aside money, I get a lot of people now indicating that they have not been paid their increases as of January, February, March, April, and so on. Correct. But they wasted the money in a whole set of other projects, Sharon. And you're going to come probably later down the year, a financial paper will come for a big set of monies, and they don't mind deficit financing and all of that. Or when more oil monies come in, and then they're going to use a financial paper, what is called a supplementary appropriation, to then pay the people later down the year. But the people want the money now.
Yeah.
They want their increases now.
Yeah.
Because the inflation is killing them and their families. But that's the arrogance and the corruption of the PPP.
Yep. I'm even hearing at places like Melanie, a nursery school on the East Coast, teachers, they haven't been paid for 4 and 5 months, some jiggery pokery kind of thing. You know, we seem to be in free fall here. You know, it's in every turn. It's not one sector in problems. Every turn, sugar down, rice down, you name it, right?
Absolutely. And fishing too.
Fishing is down. Free fall. You know, it's interesting to see what is happening there. The trolling fishermen, as you said, we got y'all. Santokis, we buy. Something different happening now. Seeing a different truth.
Nah, they ain't got nothing under control. It's a disguise. And they ambushing the people by virtue of all of these lies and fake news and pie in the sky schemes. That is what they're good at. Oh yeah, 2 years from now you're gonna get a mile of falls. Just ease up.
Same way they promised 800 jobs to Linden 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. They said 2 weeks, right? But that has come and gone. Not one job yet. Pie in the sky.
All kinds of things they promised the Guyanese people, and all collapsed. All were initiated and authored by Barra Jagdeo. And he's still there. I still feel that the PPP got to throw him out. And then you might see a better PPP because more people will understand. The man is too commanding, too authoritarian.
Yeah. I heard he said like Elon Musk, he wants a man in space now. That's our time. Khemraj, thanks for joining us this evening, sir. Respect and manners.
All right, you take care. Bye.
All right, sir. Folks, that's our time. That's our program. That's our time. Share the damn live stream. Smash the emoji button. And you guys know. You gotta partner with us. Share the live stream. Smash the emoji button, guys. And you gotta partner with us. Help us to do more of these programs. Pace and power. Boots on the ground, way back now. We cannot do without you guys. We really cannot do without you. And we thank you for your love. We thank you for your support every time we see you guys in person. You let us know how much we love you, and we love back to you as well. You let us know how much you love us, and we love back to you guys as well. Patricia Kisoon and Juju, Onessa Wardin, Dan Fordyce, folks. We got Zelle, we got Cash App, we got PayPal, LMG. We're available via MoneyGram. We're available via Western Union. Help us to keep this going, folks. Pace and power. Pace and power. Boots on the ground. You know we're backing down. That's our time, folks. That's our program. Shalanda Beresford. Share the damn live stream. Ian Williams. Share the damn live stream. Practice Favor. Wilma Grant. Anne Marie. Here's a joke. Nicola. Share the damn live stream. Smash the emoji button. We're so glad. We're so privileged as each and every one of you are here with us. We cannot do it without you. We will not do it without you, folks. We would not do it without you. Pace and power. Boots on the ground, guys. We're backing down. Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, MMG, Western Union, Money, you name it. You want to know how you can help us? You want to know, you need some guidance. Our MMG number is our WhatsApp number. 627-6963. 627 again, 6963. That's our time. That's our program. Stay safe, guys. Stay safe. Yep. Good to see you, Yanat Elias, and all the other great folks watching us this evening. Wherever you're watching us from around the world, thank you for the over 4,500 of you who joined us live this evening from Twitter, from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from YouTube. Thank you so much. We love you. Peace out, people. Peace out. peace and love, pace and power. That's our time, folks. That's our program. Stay safe, guys. Tomorrow morning, FYI, 8 in the morning. Below the belt at 12. And then we're back in the ring. Final program tomorrow night, tomorrow Friday. That being said, stay safe. Stay safe.